for now, we have quite a lot to talk about after that Leicester City game against Fulham, because there were so many goals scored. 5-3 it was in the end, as you can see, to Fulham. But the second half, we saw a lot of goals. So let's work our way through them, starting with Tom Kearney's goal. And that took it to 4-0, Owen.
Yeah, the problem with Leicester is they defended like they did in the first half. You know, they're just far too open, turning the ball over in dangerous areas. And this Fulham team are brilliant in transition. See the gaps between the Leicester back four. But Kearney was good in that number 10 position, finishing things off. But Leon, there's so many things where we look at this and we think as a, you know, defensively Leicester, man marking at the back, Soumaré is the deepest one at the base of the midfield. He can't go and press there, can he, Leon?
No, not at all. I mean, because Leicester are man for man, that guy needs to be the security. He can't jump out of the middle. The moment he does, they're in trouble. Fulham facing towards the goal, they're attacking. Leicester scrambling to get back, never going to recover. Kearney, an intelligent player, just drifts into a pocket of space Leicester can't manage to deal with, and that's a wonderful touch and finish. And second half started exactly as the first half finished.
And I guess, as you said, the second half started how the first half finished, which must have been so frustrating for the manager to see.
Well, I think Leicester created some decent chances, and also James Maddison. Look at that first touch and the weight of that for Harvey Barnes. The thing is, you can't get James Maddison the ball enough, because he's just, when you think about it, we've got him highlighted there. How on earth does he create a goal from that position? But he just has great awareness. That first touch is amazing, and the weight of that is what creates a goal.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, there's not many players can do that, but they've got him. They just need to play at the top half of the pitch rather than taking as many chances as Leicester seem to do defensively, because they will create moments. They've got quality with the team, with the players on the top end of the pitch. That was good by Tete, who did well when he joined on, and this was what we expected to see from the very first whistle. Getting the ball out your feet from Castagna, playing the ball in behind the defence for Jamie Vardy, who we highlighted. Poor goalkeeping. I mean, he had some great moments in the game, Leno, but this was a poor one. Why he was so far out of his goal in that situation, it's beyond me. And how many times have we seen Jamie Vardy winning penalty kicks like that?
Yeah, in the channel, I think he's unplayable, and they got to play to his strengths. I mean, Leno, there's no need for him to come out there. In the end, I think he'd be disappointed, you know, because it's a poor pen, you know, and good save from Ben Leno. But to be fair, if that goes in, it's a proper game on. And they didn't even really deserve to be back in the game, Leicester. But I'm sure JB
Vardy... That's a great
Vardy...
fight, isn't it, for the keeper?
Yeah, it's too easy. No conviction. Goalkeeper knows where he's going. He doesn't disguise it at all. But and this is more of the time. Palhinha was probably the best player on the pitch at the base of the midfield. In Willian, you know, when he gets ahead of steam, Leon, he's hard to stop. But Leicester really should have dealt with it better again.
Yeah, I mean, great from Fulham, winning a tackle, finding the man in space, Willian doing what he's doing. But if you're defending against him, surely you know he wants to come inside onto that right foot, so you've got to show him inside. And as a midfielder, Owen, when he comes onto Soumaré's got to affect him more than that. And then the goalkeeper doesn't dive till after the ball. I mean, it was just going from bad to worse defensively for Leicester. Every time the ball was in their own half, you felt they were going to concede.
Yeah, and we really enjoyed actually watching the likes of Willian this season. He's come on leaps and bounds, he's been great. What about Leicester's second penalty incident, Owen?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, they were obviously going to be decided. They were going to be pushing. I mean, Leon mentioned Tete, great little nutmegs there on Robinson. He was great. Maddison, obviously, feels a bit of contact from Palhinha, whether you like it or not. There's not a lot of contact, but his right leg just catches him. And any player in that position, they're going to go down, aren't they, Leon? They're going to fall over, and I don't think there was any doubt that he was going to finish this off.
My first thought was that Palhinha didn't quite offer enough, but you see it again, he does. He makes contact with the shins, and the clever players win free kicks in those situations, and then no surprise to see he converted the penalty kick. You were surprised he didn't take the first one.
Yeah, well, he obviously missed a big one against Everton, didn't he? Went down the middle against Pickford, and maybe that played a part in it, but 10 goals, 9 assists for Maddison this season, pretty exceptional numbers. And they make a bit of mess of this, and Barnes gets another late one. But 5-3, I thought it flattered Leicester. Fulham were by far the better team. And I think Marco said the only thing to be annoyed about is they had control of the game so comfortably, and they just let it get away for them, and there was no need.
Yeah, he'll be frustrated they conceded 3 goals. Great performance from Fulham. Scored 5 good goals. Could have had more. But actually, that game was a lot closer than it should have been for Fulham. They should have maybe conceded another one from the penalty kick. Marco Silva will be concerned about that, and he'll be passing that message on to his team. But still a nice performance and a good win.
OK, well, we promised you some post-match reaction, so let's head straight back to the ground and hear from Harvey Barnes.
Harvey, I'm sure disappointed with that result, but 3 goals scored away from home. You scored 2 of them. What's the main takeaway from that match for you?
Obviously the goals we're conceding. It's something we need to have a look at. We can't do that. We can't concede 5 goals away from home and expect to get a result. It's just it's not going to happen. So we've got the rest of the week now to sit down and have a look at what's going wrong. Obviously, as a team, it's not just defenders, it's the whole team, it's the whole unit. So got to get to the bottom of what's going on before next week, and then give ourselves the best chance going into the last 3 games. Get
to the bottom of it, as you say, and looking at the quality in that squad, is it hard to explain in a way why you are fighting for survival in the Premier League this season?
No, not really. Like you say, we've got quality, but there's no easy way to say like what's been going wrong. There's obviously multiple things that haven't quite clicked for us and that have been below par, and the performances just haven't been there this year. We've spoken, said this year we know it's not been good enough. We've had before this game the final 4 games to sort of start our own little season and put 4 good performances together. There's 3 left now. We've got to forget about today, move on quickly, and try and change things around.
Yeah, they do have to move on quickly, don't they? They have to put that behind them. And you mentioned 3 games left. They come against Liverpool, Newcastle and West Ham. Quite a tough fixture list there.
Don't come much tougher. I mean, Liverpool and Newcastle still pushing strongly for things. 2 teams, albeit Newcastle lost to Arsenal at the weekend, but 2 teams that are in some good form, that know how to win games, that have a lot of firepower, which will certainly trouble that weak Leicester defensive unit. So concerning. And as the goals were starting to rack up against Fulham there, you started to look at them next 2 games, and if they've conceded 5 there, what will the other 2 do? But a little burst late on just made sure the goal difference was okay. They do not want to get dragged into not only the points battle, but the goal difference battle as well. So concerning times. They have to stop conceding goals. I mean, it's one thing if the opposition do something brilliantly to open you up. It's another thing to give goals away. Having to score 5 just to get a draw, you've got absolutely no chance.
Right, on that note, it is time for a break.